From the most trusted name in the Columbia Basin comes Callahan Gravel. You'll love Callahan's rock-solid product. Multiple applications include driveways, roads, stackyards, and landscaping. A pothole's worst nightmare. Call Callahan Gravel at 346-2208 to get rocked.
At Napa Auto Parts, we know that trucks are as varied as their owners, from small imports and full-size pickups to vans large and small, even bigger rigs. If you own a truck, Napa has more of what you need than anybody. So no matter what truck you drive, we've got the part or accessory for you. Well, almost every truck. At Napa Auto Parts, you'll find the largest selection of different parts and accessories available anywhere, and the most knowledgeable people in the business. Great products, great prices, and great people. That's Napa.
It's your family road trip, your limousine, your business. It's what you drive. Take care of it at Point S Tire and Auto Service. For tires and expert service you can trust. Get to the point. Point S, expert service guaranteed.
Mud, no problem. Bugs, no problem. Nasty road salt, no problem. Splash and Dash can handle it all. Our amazing features include undercarriage wash, hot wax, clear coat protectant, and 24/7 service. Our floor heat and automatic doors keep us open even on the coldest and snowiest of days. And to top it all off, unlike the nights, our vacuums suck. We know the road to the dome is a dirty one. Let Splash and Dash be a part of your game plan. Follow us on Facebook at Splash and Dash Car and Truck Wash for special promotional offers. Locally owned and operated, we truly care about our customers.
The Farmers Business Network helps you, the producer, level the playing field by creating unprecedented transparency and competition for your business. We offer direct from the manufacturer convenience and pricing, as well as 0% financing until January 2021 on all chemical, seed, equipment, and operating loans. Be sure to check out our website at fbn.com, or better yet, contact your local Washington representative, Michael Hebden, at 509-989-9756. That's Michael Hebden at 989-9756. Proudly serving farmers first.
I'm here to tell you about the new Texas-style smoked beef brisket sandwich from Subway restaurants. Well, those boys figured if they were going to do brisket, they were going to do brisket right. This sandwich is loaded with tasty, tender barbecue beef brisket. There's only one way to describe it. It's barbecue done blowed up. The new Texas-style smoked beef brisket sandwich. If you don't get yourself some of it, well, you're just not living right. Subway.
At Simplot Grower Solutions, we believe our responsibility to the planet begins right here in our community, where we live, work, and play. Unity and pride drive a winning team of farmers, partners, and Simplot employees who work hard to feed our local communities and the world beyond. It's an honor to support the community that has supported our business year after year and generation to generation. Thanks for your partnership. Check out our website at simplot.com.
Hey guys, Micah Chen here from Cascadia Preps. Looking for the best coverage of high school football? Cascadia Preps is your #1 stop for all things high school football, team rankings, game analysis, and weekly podcasts from around the state. Visit us today at cascadiapreps.com.
With trepidation and anxious hearts, we're at David Nielsen Memorial Field here at Royal with a night's game versus the Okanogan Bulldogs. We've had some trouble the last couple weeks, and we're very, very aware. of really internet problems and lots of broadcast problems. So let's all cross our fingers that we have this solved, at least for tonight.
We're not holding our breath.
That little green icon down at the bottom of our screen stays on, which means you're all going to hear and see everything that we want to broadcast.
We're cautiously optimistic. We're going to listen in here as our PA announcer announces the starting lineups. He's going to start with the Okanogan Bulldogs.
Number 4, Parker Jones. Number 5, Logan Bird. Number 10, Josue Ramos. Number 16, Peyton Daly.
I think your chair can go up taller. You got
Number
this high as it'll go.
22, Calvin Busey. Number 23, Cameron Stiles. Number 51, Zach West. Number 52, Colton Garrett. And number 78, Ty Morgan. Head coach for the Bulldogs, Eric Judd. Now the starting defense for the Royal Knights. At linebacker number 6, Derek Ferguson. At defensive back number 8, Lorenzo Myrick. At defensive back number 11, Aldo Farias. At defensive back number 13, Cooper Christensen. At defensive back number 60, Tyler Allred. At linebacker number 22, Avery Ellis. Defensive line number 32, Kevin Reyes. Defensive line number 46, Elliot DeLay. Defensive line number 52, Jose Medina. At linebacker number 55, Martel Flores. And at defensive line number 64, Michael Perez. Head coach for the Knights, Wiley Allred.
Well, there's your starting lineups. And I'm sure they'll have the captains out soon. While we're waiting on that, let's talk a little bit about these Okanogan Bulldogs. This will be the third year in a row we've played the Okanogan Bulldogs. Last year we were up there, and it was a close game in the first half, and then the Knights broke it loose in the second half.
Yeah, we even they had a lead in the first half.
They had a lead in the first half. That's right. And then there was towards the end of the second quarter and the beginning of third quarter, the Knights offense got on track and really took control of the game. The year before that, it was actually in the state playoffs in Wenatchee, and everybody was geared up for a huge game there, and the Knights ended up controlling that one, commanding win there. So the Bulldogs of the series, this is the first time they've traveled to Royal. We are going to listen into the national anthem. Eventually.
Yeah. a long story tradition between these two programs. Back in the 90s, trading victories back and forth.
Yeah, absolutely.
The Knights.
Absolutely. Let's talk about this year's Bulldogs team. Week 1, they went to Warden.
Yeah.
And that was a very high offensive production game for both teams. I think the final score was both teams were in the 40s, if I remember correctly. So very competitive game. I think it was close all the way through, and Okanogan came up just short against Warden. And then the last 2 weeks, they have righted the ship and won games against Medical Lake, I think 33-14, something in that range. And then they had a big win over Tenasket, a big margin of victory coming into tonight's game. So, like I said, this is the first time of this most recent series that they've made the trip to Royal to face the Knights. Now, the Knights are undefeated. Close game against Ellensburg in week 1. And then some not-so-close games, 49-0 against Othello. And then last week at Mattawa, we wish we could have brought you that game, but a lot of offensive production in the first quarter.
Yeah.
The score was 44-0. I was looking back. Luke Bergeson scored 3 of the first 4 touchdowns.
Derek.
Derek.
Yep.
I'm sorry.
They're twins.
One day it'll be Luke.
Yep.
Derek only touched the ball 3 times offensively, and all 3 were touchdowns. So, and then Tyler Allred also had a couple touchdowns as he had a kickoff return after a safety, and then he also had a reception. So 44-0 at the end of the first quarter. The Knights stretched it to 71-0 at halftime, and Caleb Christensen only got to throw 7 passes, completed 4 of them. 3 of them were for touchdowns. So the truth is, if you look at the offensive numbers, not a lot of total offense, because the Knights had a short field for a lot of the game. But essentially kind of I hate to say it, but a little bit of a practice game heading into tonight, which we expect to be more competitive with these Okanogan Bulldogs. Now, they are a 1A team, but it's a non-league game. They're part of the Caribou Trail League. So if you're not familiar with the Caribou Trail League, that's going to include teams like Okanogan, obviously, but Omak, Chelan, Kashmir, Cascade would be other teams that make up the Caribou Trail League.
Still got a nice green signal, which means go for us. That bodes well for the broadcast, so we hope you enjoy this wherever you're at.
We're trying a couple new things tonight. 1, we're trying to get a broadcast through. 2, we're trying our picture-in-picture with the scoreboard for the first time, so we'll see how that goes. And a lot of things we're able to do thanks to some of our existing sponsors and our new sponsors, so we're going to try to be a little more upgraded here.
High Guerrero kick. It's going to go they let him bring it out of the end zone. I didn't think that's what they did, but he gets brought down by the feet by Hunter Booth, number 63, gets him around his feet.
Must not have been as in the end zone as it looked to us.
Sure looked to me like he had both feet in the end zone. But I don't know. That turned out well for the Knights as they'll take over on their own 17-yard line. 1st and 10. Stiff wind. That wind will be going into the face of the Bulldogs. Across the left to right of your screen.
So let's see who the quarterback is. Is it going to be?
It's Judd, number 3.
Is it Judd, number 3?
And they give it up the middle to number 10 is Ramos, and he is the workhorse. I would say more often than not out of the backfield in this offense.
He has been for last year as well. Kind of their workhorse guy up the middle, and then they'll have their speed guys on the outside edges with fly sweep and some of the kind of trickery with the ball handling.
Good for a 5-yard gain. Judd will hand to 15, swings on that right side, but he is met by, I see Avery Ellis, and I see Derek Bergeson coming up off that pile. Going to stop him. They're going to say no gain pretty much. So no gain, 3rd down and 5.
Number 15 is Colby Tverberg. He's listed as a quarterback. Is that right? We getting that number right? Let's pay attention. Could be 16.
Could be 16. This time a different quarterback. Number 7.
Yeah, Silverthorne. That's the one I expected.
It'll be between Silverthorne and Judd who will jump back and forth. And the Knights stop him for just a minimal gain.
I think when Silverthorne is the quarterback, we may see Judd as a running back lined up as on the wing T formation or what have you. And I think when Silverthorne's not the quarterback, he's out of the game.
Tyler Allred set up on his own 50, not his own 50, the 50. Now he's on his own 48.
I'm sure he feels like he owns it.
Certainly. High snap. And he's going to have to get it away. Oh,
barely
he does. And going to let that bounce. Going to stop about the 49-yard line of the Bulldogs. The Knights going to have excellent field position for their first possession of the night.
But I would say that oddly worked out for Okanogan because there was no return. The ball pretty much ended up where Tyler was waiting for it. So we may continue to talk about score and time. But
by habit?
By habit. But hopefully, if we can keep this picture-in-picture going, you'll be able to keep track at home.
Caleb under center. Play action, runs out to his right, lets it go. Caught on the outside. That's Derek Bergeson stepping inside. Good moves all the way inside the 30 down to about the 26-yard line.
Looks like they'll spot him right on the 26, so 22 yards.
22 yards. Knights quickly up to the line. Christensen in shotgun, motion across the backfield. Play action will give up the middle to Myrick. He's tracked down. 54 is pretty excited.
Yeah, kind of pushes up off of Myrick in order to get up himself.
But a good stop by Schrader Garrett.
Listed at 5'8", 250, so stout man up front, defensive tackle.
2-yard gain, second down and 8. 2 receivers out wide left for the Knights. Motion across the backfield. Empty right side, play action out to Tyler. He's going to step inside.
Breaks a tackle.
That tackle. He's going to get on the almost that first down.
Is he going to pick up the first down? It's going to be close.
So we have ambulance in the background.
He's going to end up a yard short, so it's going to be about a 7-yard gain on his first catch. But certainly looked like he was maybe going to be tackled for a loss or back at the line of scrimmage at best, so able to wiggle free and make something out of it. 3rd down and short here for the Knights.
And it's going to wedge right up the middle.
And then some.
All the way down near the 10. About the 11.
He was at the 17.
Actually, they're going to put it at the 12 when they're all said and done. 1st down and 10. The Knights can get a fresh set of downs inside the 2-yard line.
So Caleb needed 1 yard, and he picks up 5. That's pretty good for a quarterback sneak, especially when they knew it was coming.
Under center, 2 receivers to the right. Christensen play actions to the left, runs to the right, and he's going to throw back to the side and caught by Cooper Christensen across the middle. Got caught in that zone, and the far side safety camped out on the right side, and Caleb threw all the way back across his body back to the middle. That was nice.
12-yard, and the wind, the wind was at his back, which can still be tricky when you're trying to do a finesse pass. It could really float on you, but he was able to get it to Cooper wide open in the middle of the end zone, a bit of a throwback. The thing that I remarked about that play is how the defensive line really took that run fake.
Extra point up and good. 8:23 left to go in the first quarter. Knights first on the board. We'll take a break. You're watching RoyalKnightsFootball.com.
Mud, no problem. Bugs, no problem. Nasty road salt? No problem. Splash and Dash can handle it all. Our amazing features include undercarriage wash, hot wax, clear coat protectant, and 24/7 service. Our floor heat and automatic doors keep us open even on the coldest and snowiest of days. And to top it all off, unlike the Knights, our vacuums suck. We know the road to the Dome is a dirty one. Let Splash and Dash be a part of your game plan. Follow us on Facebook at Splash and Dash Car and Truck Wash for special promotional offers. Locally owned and operated, we truly care about our customers.
That kickoff went deep into the end zone. Yeah. The wind really helped out on that one, although we know Ozzie has a great leg to start with, so he doesn't need much help. He normally kicks it down inside the 5 without the wind. This time almost goes out of the back of the end zone, as the Okanogan Bulldogs will start their second drive on their own 20-yard line, centered between the hashes.
It is 16 with that motion. The handoff to the inside man, number 3. No, that's Judd. So they've got Silverthorne. Is it Silverthorne?
Silverthorne's at quarterback, and Judd will be in the running back spot when Silverthorne's in the game. Elliot DeLay comes up and makes a nice tackle.
Yard loss, second down at 11.
Yeah, yard and a half almost. Now, this offense can take a little while for a defense to adjust to sometimes. And so don't be surprised if you see Okanogan kind of get a good playoff here early in the game.
The give to Ramos up the middle.
But so far, the Knights seem to be right on top of it.
Actually, that's number 10. Am I right? Is that Ramos? That is Ramos. The way he ran looked different than Judd. So as the game goes along, I'm going to get a little better at seeing how these kids move. He gets a few back. He's going to get about 4 yards back. 3rd down and 7.
Like one of the refs may have gotten involved in the fracas there as he was bent over a little bit after the play, catching his breath.
Give to Ramos on that outside, but he's held up initially by Kevin Reyes and Alex Myrick, and
it's going to be Alex Myrick and Aldo Farias come up for the stop. Good to see Aldo out there. Aldo has been nursing some injury a little bit. Played a little bit in week 1, didn't play much in week 2, sat out entirely last week, tried to get to 100% healthy. He's going to come off the field on 4th down, replaced by Diego Santillan, and we're going to have Tyler Allred back again around the same area, about his own 45-yard line, to receive this punt.
See how this snap goes. Last one went high and slow. This one gets back there a little quicker. Left-footed kicker is going to come
right out of bounds. It's going to come out of bounds at about the 45, but they should walk it back. I would think they'd walk it back to about the 40.
It's a good spot because he's standing on the 38-yard line. But
he's walking it back. So it's this side judge is going to decide.
They're going to let this side judge, the other guy.
The other side judge really shouldn't have him involved.
That's about the right call. But the first guy had it way back on the 36. So the Knights going to get the ball on Okanogan's 40-yard line near hash.
Short field and kicking into the wind like that, especially if you get it up in the air, you got to keep that thing low, and hopefully it'll drive and roll. But great field position here for the Knights. Caleb Christensen under center on the second possession.
Play action, looking down the middle, going to let it go long. Cooper's there, so's the pass, touchdown. Almost sounded anticlimactic.
Well, it was just a beautiful post pattern across the middle. And Cooper has the last 2 catches, both of them for touchdowns. He's got 2 catches for 52 yards.
Remember, when the wind's at your back, to throw that pass accurately is a different.
You would think it would be easy with the wind at your back, but it really is hard either way with the wind at your back.
Up and good. 6:19 left to go in the first quarter. Knights already have a 14-0 lead. You're watching RoyalKnightsFootball.com.
It's your family road trip, your limousine, your business. It's what you drive. Take care of it at Point S Tire and Auto Service for tires and expert service you can trust. Get to the point. Point S, expert service guaranteed.
The Farmers Business Network helps you, the producer, level the playing field by creating unprecedented transparency and competition for your business. We offer direct from the manufacturer convenience and pricing, as well as 0% financing until January 2021 on all chemical, seed, equipment, and operating loans. be sure to check out our website at fbn.com. Or better yet, contact your local Washington representative, Michael Hebden, at 509-989-9756. That's Michael Hebden at 989-9756. Proudly serving Farmers First.
Again, that kickoff goes deep into the end zone. As long as they're kicking with the wind to their back, we can let the commercials go long.
Yeah, we'll let the commercials go long. There's not going to be a return. In fact, that time the return man didn't even bother to chase the ball down because he knew it was going to go into the end zone and through. So another drive for the Bulldogs, their third drive on their own 20-yard line.
Judd at quarterback looks to throw. Sorry, that's Silverthorne. And he gets it's complete out on the outside, about the 25-yard line, good for about a 5-yard gain. Complete to Judd, I think. I think that's number 3.
It may well have been Judd. It was Kevin Reyes on the stop. Brings him down. It's okay to complete the pass, but not the important thing is not to let him get any yards after the catch in that situation. As an outside linebacker, guarding that guy coming out of the backfield, it's always a challenge. And he did a nice job getting to him and bringing him down for no gain. Or, no yards after the catch.
No, Judd, I think it was a broken play, but I think Silverthorne, the quarterback, I feel like that was a broken play.
Well, I'll say it looked broken.
But it was broken because
whether it was meant to be broken or not.
He's about a yard loss on the play, tackle for loss. Who came in from the backside over there?
I didn't see.
I'm going to guess Elliott snuck around the
backside.
Well,
that's Elliott's side, I would imagine. Third down now, and so it had been a loss of about 1. It's going to be third down at about 6.
Oh,
and we got movement.
We'll see what happens
in the backfield.
That was a pretty hard jerk by. I don't know how hard the judgment will let you do that.
Well, the running back fell out of his stance.
Yeah, they're going to say false start.
Yeah, that's where it should go, in my opinion. Usually you can tell by the side judge that throws the yellow flag, he'll throw it slightly to whichever side he's going to call it against. So he threw it slightly into the Okanogan backfield.
Unless the wind carried it.
Well, I guess so. That could be. You never know.
5-yard loss on the penalty. Still third down, but third down and 11. Silverthorne, time to throw. Lets it go in a good pattern, and he's caught. It's complete just outside the 31. Good for first down. I
believe he's going to have the first down by just a hair.
That's Tyler Ramsey on the reception. Good timing pattern. He let that go before he even turned, and the key is he had time to throw it.
Yeah, he had time to throw, and really what that was is, that was a pattern right to the sticks. The kind of pattern that Joe Lang once picked off and ran back for a touchdown in a state championship game, knowing where the sticks are. Aldo in a corner lets him catch that, but he'll get more experienced and figure out game situations as the season goes on.
Hand off to Ramos at that right side. Going to get a couple.
Who gets off the bottom of that pile?
How big is he? He runs hard. 5'8", 180 pounds, so he's compact, and he runs forward.
I'm going to give Avery Ellis credit for that tackle. A couple other nights there as well, but he seemed to be the one that was down around his legs, bringing him down. 35-yard line for the Bulldogs.
Crisscross all. They give to 16 on that, streaking across the left to the right. Cuts it inside, gets out to about the 44.
Tackled by his number 16, Tyler Allred, comes up from the safety position, brings him down, for a gain of about 4 yards. It's going to be third down and a long 3.
We keep saying 16 since 15 we thought it was. It's Caden Daling.
Yeah, Daling. Yeah, that's who it is. That's who I've seen on film in that position. That's why I wanted to verify.
Third and about 3. Again, that crisscross motion. They're going to turn around and give it to Judd. He's caught by who is that? That's Avery Ellis.
Avery really is off to a great start.
Yeah, whether he was on the move or just read the play, it's going to be a tackle for about a yard loss. Fourth down and about 5. Force them to punt.
I've got Avery down for 3 tackles, 2 of them for loss already here in the first quarter. 3 minutes and running left in the first quarter. The Knights up 2 touchdowns, 14-0, and the Okanogan Bulldogs set back to punt for their 3rd consecutive time. Low snap, fielded well, but is it Ramos, the punter?
Yeah, it's Ramos.
He's going to try to make something
of it.
He's not
going to get it. he had time. He fielded it clean, but he decided to just scoop and run, and the Knights are going to get it right about the 31. Short field for the Knights.
For the Knights, that's number 52, Jose Medina, that drives him out of bounds. So the Knights again will have a very short field down to nearly the 30-yard line of the Bulldogs.
Here they come, and the Knights are going to take advantage of everybody coming because
nice
Myrick on the right side, but he tries to cut it back in and gets brought down right inside the 20 near the 16, even right down to the 15-yard line.
He was on the 31, so that's a 16-yard carry, averaging 9 yards per carry so far early in the game. It's a beautiful cut to the outside initially to get past the initial defensive linebacker rush, eventually brought down by safety after a 16-yard gain.
Empty backfield for Christensen in shotgun. Quick pass caught by Tyler Allred, right about the 10. Going to be a quick 5-yard gain. Second down and 5. I think that Smulligan's has the broadcast running down at the restaurant.
Oh, yeah. I think you're right.
They've been advertising that they're going to do it, and we didn't do a very good job of having
it's not
having
been
it
their
on.
fault. It's not been their fault.
Going down there, and I think they stay open after the games here on these home games Friday nights if you can run down there and get some pizza. Second down and 5. This time Caleb's going to throw on that right side. Oh, and a little bit of bumping. They decided not to throw anything.
Yeah, it's going to be the first incomplete pass for Caleb after he started out completing his first 5 in a row. Bring up third down and 5 for the Knights. Ball down to the 10-yard line of the Bulldogs. Clock stops with 1:38 left in the first quarter.
I think we'll see him keep it on the ground here.
And yes.
Off that right side or left side, he's going to sneak in across the end line.
Wow.
Touchdown. Lorenzo Myrick following the blocking of J.C. Worsham was one guy out there I saw. 72 out in front.
Able to just weave his way on that left side, finding daylight as he goes and into the end zone for the first rushing touchdown.
That's kind of like Tony Romo there. I kind of called the play. I should have said which side because even in my head I was thinking, I think we'll take advantage of that left side of the field. Extra point up and good. Minute 29 left to go in the first quarter. Knights lead 21-0. You're watching RoyalKnightsFootball.com.
From the most trusted name in the Columbia Basin comes Callahan Gravel. You'll love Callahan's rock-solid product. Multiple applications include driveways, roads, stackyards, and landscaping. A pothole's worst nightmare. Call Callahan Gravel at 346-2208 to get rocked.
At Simplot Grower Solutions, we believe our responsibility to the planet begins right here in our community, where we live, work, and play. Unity and pride drive a winning team of farmers, partners, and Simplot employees who work hard to feed our local communities and the world beyond. It's an honor to support the community that has supported our business year after year and generation to generation. Thanks for your partnership. Check out our website at simplot.com.
Again, another kickoff, and again, another kickoff into the end zone. This will be the third consecutive time that the Bulldogs will start from their own 20-yard line after a touchback.
I want to thank Slag Callahan for all the work he's put in on some of these ad spots that we're doing. If you're going to advertise in this program, it's a good chance Slag's going to be involved in some of the production of these spots, and he does a great job. And that's all original music you're hearing on those. That's his music. First and 10 for the Bulldogs. Again, trying to get something going.
Passing play.
Play action,
Oh,
knocked out, ball's out. It's
going to
get scooped and scored. And Tyler Allred, did you see who hit him?
It was Michael Perez. I could tell by the way he's getting up and flexing a little bit on his way back.
Yeah. That was quick.
Yeah, Silverthorne dropped back looking to pass and just did not have the time as Michael Perez comes up and hits him from I don't think he even saw him coming, and then there was a couple nights there had a chance to pick that ball up and score, and Tyler beat them all to it. So the Knights 10 seconds after their last score are going to put another touchdown on the board.
Extra point good, perfect. Minute 19 left to go. Knights, another score on the turnover lead, 28-0 on the Sunset Spray scoreboard. I'm getting better at this.
There you go. Good job.
You're watching RoyalKnightsFootball.com.
The great thing about an old truck is you can treat it like an old truck, which is exactly why you got a truck in the first place. It's not old, it's broken in. So keep it running longer, stronger, with quality parts and a whole lot of Napa know-how. That's not gonna buff out.
Ode to the new Subway flatbread sandwiches. Took Subway to make a flatbread sandwich great, light, airy, and fresh toasted till its flavor reaches the towering peaks of Mount Delicious. This flatbread sandwich has the mammoth-sized taste to plug whatever hole your appetite's got. Try a big, bold new steak and bacon melt, or put on your fancy pants and try the new chicken Florentine with spinach artichoke spread. Only at Subway. Subway. Eat fresh. For a limited time at participating restaurants.
Runs right up the middle on the kick. A little bit of room to run, but he's only going to get out near the 20-yard line.
May have been better off to let it maybe bounce into the end zone again. It was down inside the 5, and he's going to bring it up to right about the 20.
I think that was Ramos. So once again, Bulldogs going to take over around their own 20 on their own 21-yard line.
Minute and 12 seconds left in the first quarter. The Knights have jumped out to a 28-0 lead. We thought this game might be a little more competitive than the last couple weeks, but at the same time, we knew that the Knights' offense is really starting to find its rhythm as well. And
low snap. That ball's on the ground. Yeah. Silverthorne's going to get it back, though.
Situations like that snap and the fumble on the sack before, you start creating short field positions like this for the Knights, and things get out of hand in a hurry.
What do they say, that we got it? I thought Silverthorne jumped right on it. I turned my head away to look at it.
So it is going to be a fumble.
Wow.
To the Knights. Second fumble in a row. Last one was a scoop and score. This one's going to give the Knights the ball.
I'm going to give that one to Michael Perez, too.
18-yard line.
I can tell you, as a former center, you have someone like Michael Perez in front of you, it impacts your entire game, from the snap to the blocking to everything.
Ooh, Carter Dorsing into the game. First time all year Carter Dorsing's been able to be on the field. Great player. Last year was an exceptional player as a junior. This year he's a senior and wants to get out there.
Play action, targeting him to the corner.
Oh, he's not able to bring it in.
Good pass.
Yeah, it was
right there. A little bit coming in low.
Well thrown ball. It was. There wasn't much air underneath it. You're right. It was a pretty flat pass, and the defender maybe got in his line of sight. Not quite sure.
Carter wants that one back. They might have said, "We're going to let you come in once."
Yeah,
and you're going to get one pattern, and that's all you're getting. And we'll find out. Give to Lorenzo. He's going to get corralled by, I think I want to say 13, but there's not a 13.
A couple big boys, and if I'm not mistaken,
Ramos.
one of these guys. Let's see, 78. 78 for the Bulldogs is
Jamal Nance.
Jamal Nance,
He's a
freshman.
300-pounder.
6'1", 300-pound freshman. It's going to be a 5-yard loss for Myrick. Bring up third down and long for the Knights.
Play action, quick throw. Oh, out of the hands. Cooper Christensen.
Incomplete. got a little antsy there. So Caleb's completed 5 of 8, but 2 of those really probably should have been caught. That screen pass, the blocking was set up, and I think Cooper was just anticipating getting going there and forgot to secure the ball. 4th down now for the Knights, about 15 yards, and it looks like they're going to go for it. The ball is on the 24-yard line of the Bulldogs. Double tight end formation for the Knights.
Play action, looking for Cooper on that outside. Oh, off his hands.
And that's going to be a turnover on downs and another incompletion for Caleb. So the Bulldogs, for the first time, hold the Knights out of the end zone. There are 8 seconds left in this first quarter. So they'll get this one play off, and then we'll take a quick break at the quarter as both teams recalibrate a little bit. Okanogan Bulldogs they had a little bit of progress on their last drive. Completed pass here and there, trying to get something going.
Give up the middle to Ramos across the 25 out to about the 28. And that's the quarter. We'll take a quick break. Sunset Scoreboard reads Knights 28, Okanogan 0. You're watching RoyalKnightsFootball.com.
Well, James, you finally got that license, huh?
Look, you can stop me once or twice, but nobody denies the James 3 times. Nobody.
Well, champ, what's up next?
Prom's gonna be pretty big, but there's no need to fight over the James, ladies. The green machine seats 5, runs like a dream, purrs like a bobcat. You got Napa and the James to thank for that.
Oh, good luck. And that's James.
Keep your champion running longer, stronger with Napa Know-How.
Your day means getting from point A to point B, as in bank or ballet. G for gym, W for work. When what you drive needs tires or service, get to Point S, Tire and Auto, a trusted neighbor with the right tires for how and where you drive, and certified techs to take care of what you drive. So you get to all the points in your day and home again safely. Get to the point. Point S Tire and Auto Service. Expert service guaranteed.
Second quarter starts with a handoff inside to Ramos. Bulls his way forward. It's not going to be enough for first down as he crosses 30 out to about the 33.
First time it seemed like he got a little bit of ahead of steam there, though.
It almost looked like he was going to get a first down, but it's just a yard short. Third down and short.
Yeah, that was the first play of the second quarter. The Knights scored 28 points in the first quarter, hold the Okanogan Bulldogs on their own side of the field.
Yeah, they give it to Ramos across that left side. He is going to get just across the 35 to the 36. Good enough for a first down. A little bit cool here.
Just falling forward, and that is enough to pick up the first down in that situation, and he's able to do that.
A little bit cooler tonight. Fall has arrived, and as I understand it, looking at the forecast, it's going to be really cold Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah, it is. Highs in the mid-40s. Silverthorne drops back. He's throwing deep. There's good coverage.
Good coverage, and Aldo just hip rides him all the way out of bounds.
Yeah, in fact, I'm not sure the receiver even saw the ball or had a chance to turn for the ball because Aldo did an excellent job of pinning him between himself and the sideline.
And playing the ball.
No wiggle room whatsoever.
One of those times when sometimes these receivers will like to take a fall and see if they can get a call. And it'd been interesting to see if the call would have come.
Well, Aldo,
perfect coverage.
He looked pretty healthy on that play.
I think Michael's already got the countdown because we're already seeing him jump. When these teams have a pattern and they go, just watch that middle of that line. You'll watch the Knights, the defensive side of the ball. Watch Michael Perez, and he'll move before anybody else almost. Short gain, 3rd down and 7.
I got to do a better job trying to see who's making these tackles. On the far side of the field, a little bit hard to see. Maybe we do need to clean these windows.
Maybe.
They're down in 7 for the Bulldogs.
Kind of an inside handoff with a lot of diversion to the left and right. But that's 16 Dowling? Daly? How do you say his name?
Whatever you say is what I'm going to go with.
It's one L. I'm going to say Daling.
Okay, you do it. I'm going to say Elliot DeLay made the tackle, assisted by Michael Perez.
4th and 5.
I can handle those names.
Now,
punting situation again.
But he's got the wind to his back. That's what I was about to say before. I was trying to figure out if it's
not a great kick, but it's probably going to get a good bounce.
Tyler
Allred is going to pick it up on about the 12-yard line, right up the sideline.
Get up the sideline. He's going to get forced out about the 31-yard line.
He's going to get nearly 20 yards on that punt return as he chases it down and then just does the smart thing. Instead of going side to side, just turns straight up the sideline and gets 20 yards. It'll be by far the worst field position for the Knights. By no means bad field position, as they'll have the ball on their own 30-yard line for their first drive of the second quarter, leading the Okanogan Bulldogs by a score of 28-0.
Knights will send 2 receivers up top to the right, motion across the backfield. They'll give to Derek. He steps inside one would-be tackler, avoids another one, but it's going to get brought down. He ran all the way across the field and it's going to get dropped for just pretty much no gain.
Yeah, I think he's going to end up exactly where he started.
And we've got someone down. That might be Derek. As he got tackled, he's trying to decide if he's...
I did a little bit of sidewinding there to avoid a couple tacklers and work his way to the outside edge. But Bulldogs did a nice job stringing that out and giving time for the defensive backfield to come up and help make that stop. And they're going to help Derek off the field.
Yeah. That looks like an ankle.
Favoring his left ankle, it looks like. Not putting much weight on it right now. Slowly, he's starting to put a little more weight on it as he comes across the field as the coaches help him off. We certainly want to keep him healthy. So hopefully he can stretch it out, and whether he needs to play again in this game, maybe not so much, but want to keep him healthy.
Need one of our sponsors to be an injury sponsor.
One of our sponsors is Heritage Farms. We can talk about Heritage Farms, seeing as how you got maybe a summer employee.
Yeah, the head goat head procurer.
Oh, is that what he is?
Yeah.
Does he have a business card with that title, or is it on the back of his sweatshirt?
He's actually the cousin. He and Luke, I think, are the main cousin wranglers for the goat head crew.
Okay, makes sense. Sense.
They're moving beyond that as they get a little older.
That sounds like challenging work.
Caleb plays action to the right, sets up that inside screen to the left, and
well defended.
It was well defended. I want to give his number. Who was that came up well? Number 22 is Calvin Yusey. And Yusey came up and just read that quite well. It was a little bit slow developing. It was like a pump fake to the right, come back to the left. And
I think what helped the defense out is that was a play that the Knights ran earlier that Cooper's dropped. And so when they recognized that again, they were able to respond to it. Going to be 3rd down and long here. The Knights weren't able to score on their last possession, and they've got 3rd down and long here to convert and keep this drive going.
Oh, thrown across the middle.
Stays up, but he's going to be knocked down short. It's going to be 4th down and about 2 or 3 yards, probably 2 yards, as this is about a 9-yard gain
Knights
on
will
that
go right
one.
to the line. Yep, and here they come.
10-yard, 4th and 1 for the Knights.
They're set. They're going to go. They're going to hand it to... Well, I thought they would hand it to Meyer.
Is he going to get it?
I don't know where he's at.
I'm not sure where he's at.
He's got to get to the 40.
I think they're going to spot him short.
The one on this
ball's
side
rolling
right
around out here, so I think they're going to spot him a half a yard short.
Just a little bit short. No, they got it sitting. Yeah, they're going to.
Not enough, and the Bulldogs stop the Knights for a second straight possession, and this time they're going to have the ball on the Royal Knights side of the field for the first time at the 39-yard line. So first time that the Royal Knights defense will be defending a shorter field. Ball on the right hash for the Bulldogs. First down and 10 with just under 8 minutes left to go in the half. They're trying to get something going as they trail the Knights by 4 touchdowns. Silverthorne in the pistol formation. He's going to hand off to Ramos around that left side. He's got some room. He's going to pick up some yards, breaks a tackle before he finally is run out of bounds. And I think they're going to say that he stepped out of bounds when he was breaking that first tackle.
Ball placed at the 34-yard line, 2nd down and 5.
I think it was Tyler Allred that came up and forced him to step out of bounds.
I'm trying to see who's in there for Derek. I guess. Runs up the middle. Ooh, stays on his feet, puts his hand down. He might get a first down. We'll see where they mark it. Right about to the 26. It is a first down.
Martel Flores, middle linebacker, trips him up.
Was that Bird? Was that number 5 that ran that ball?
Could have been.
Sure ran like Ramos, but...
For some reason, these maroon on white numbers actually aren't that easy for me to read.
1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. Ramos, the running back. And they're going to fake to him, pitch out to Daling.
He's going to get stacked up. They're going to throw a penalty marker. Is that going to be for some sort of a, what could that be?
I don't know.
Face mask?
Face mask or something. There's nobody blocking out there.
I don't know. Yeah, the blocking was already... They are going to call a holding. There was a guy that was 2 or 3 yards out in front of him. They're going to call that hold. I didn't see it clearly as I was watching the man with the ball and the defense converging on him. So that'll be, that penalty marker looks like it is about a yard behind the line of scrimmage. So if that's the case, it'll be a net result of 11-yard penalty. It'll still be first down and 21. For the Bulldogs. So just as they were starting to get something going here, a holding penalty is going to make the situation a bit more difficult for them.
All the way out to the 38-yard line. First down and what's 21. That going to be? 21.
Knights have been in a 4-man defensive front for the most part with this running attack by the Bulldogs.
Skip to Ramos. No, fake to
Fake
Ramos.
to Silverthorne.
Oh, and he caught to number 5.
Still juggling it the whole way.
Wow.
Breaks the tackle, but they're going to say he stepped out of bounds, actually, where we thought he was going to be tackled. He had stepped out of bounds at that point, but it's still about a 14-yard gain, something on that order.
That's Logan Bird, who I thought had carried it that last time on that completion.
2nd down and much more manageable after the 1st and 21. They pick up 14 yards on that pass play, and that's where the discipline is very, very important with the defense, with the play action and all the fake handoffs and trickery that the Bulldogs like to use. This time it does go to Ramos, and he barrels forward for a few yards. He's going to end up probably about 3 yards short of a first down. Bring up 3rd down and manageable for the Bulldogs as they're just outside the red zone of the Knights. About halfway through the 2nd quarter. Neither team has scored yet in this quarter.
3rd down and 4 for the Bulldogs.
You got to figure this is 4-down territory for the Bulldogs. If they don't get it here, you figure they're going to go on 4th down.
Give to Daling. Coming around that left side.
Ramos does a really good job making it look like he's getting the ball.
Yep.
And then Daling comes from left to right behind that. Tries to get up the right tackle.
4th and short. Just inside the 20. They got a long yard to get first down.
Yeah. About a yard and a half gain is all. Center comes up to the ball, limping a little bit. But he stays in the game. And it looks like the Bulldogs are set to attempt a field goal.
Ramos.
That's Ramos from the ball spotted on the 26. This would be a 36-yard field goal.
Nope.
It is, he gets it off, but it is short and left. So
now that goes back to the 20, right?
Opportunity missed for the Bulldogs to put points on the board. The ball will move to the 20-yard line. So that's one difference in high school than most other levels is a missed field goal takes the ball to the 20-yard line. You don't get the ball from where the previous line of scrimmage was.
Unless it's inside the 20.
Sure.
Unless it's inside the 20. That's just to encourage a little more field goal kicking and giving kids the opportunity to, I just think it's an incentive. Knights will have the ball on their own 20-yard line, going from our right to left.
Knights have failed to score points their last 2 drives. This is a run up the middle.
Myrick's
going to
pretty
pick
much
up
stuffed at the line of scrimmage, I think. Might even, they're going to call him pretty much no gain. Actually, they're going to set a yard loss. 2nd down and 11.
He's lost a few yards on each of his last 2 carries, as the defensive front for the Bulldogs have done a good job against the run. The Knights haven't scored on either of their last 2 possessions and facing 2nd down and long here.
Caleb looks to throw.
Pressure's coming.
And there it is.
And he's going to be brought down.
Caught by number 23 from the right side, Cameron Stiles.
So it's going to be loss of about 6. As the Okanogan Bulldogs have decided that they are going to bring pressure. And in that case, it worked, and it's going to be 3rd and long for the Knights. They're down in 16. They're backed all the way up to their 14-yard line.
2 receivers near side, just 1 up top. Play action to Lorenzo, and here comes the pressure on that right side again.
Another sack.
This time it is 55, I think.
He goes from the 14 all the way back to the 10, so another 4-yard loss, 2 sacks in a row. You don't see that happen very often for the Knights' offensive line.
Now they need to kick into the wind.
But the Bulldogs are bringing pressure. We'll see the Knights on the next possession, what they can do to try to take advantage of that pressure that the Bulldogs are bringing. Typically screen game, draws, those types of things will slow that down a little bit.
Knights are going to take a timeout as they were going to get a delay of game. Sunset scoreboard still reads 28-0, Knights lead. We'll be right back. You're watching RoyalKnightsFootball.com.
Let's go. Yeah. For those of you that want to know what we're all about, it's like this, y'all. This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will.
At Simplot Grower Solutions, we believe our responsibility to the planet begins right here in our community, where we live, work, and play. Unity and pride drive a winning team of farmers, partners, and Simplot employees who work hard to feed our local communities and the world beyond. It's an honor to support the community that has supported our business year after year and generation to generation. Thanks for your partnership. Check out our website at simplot.com.
Our person on the sideline did a good job of holding them up for that. Let that commercial finish, right?
TV timeout.
Oh.
Bad snap's going to go. Michael Perez is in the end zone.
Oh,
tries to kick it.
That's actually the worst thing he could have done.
Yeah, tries to kick it. Inexperienced kicker.
Yeah.
And it's going to be recovered by the Bulldogs, and it's going to be a touchdown. Best thing he could have done on the bad snap like that
step out the
is
back.
step out the back of the end zone.
And he'll get coached up on that.
I mean, he is a defensive lineman that happens to kick, not a kicker that plays on the defensive line.
Let me ask you this question. When's the last time you remember the Royal Knights punting out of their own end zone?
It's been
I can't even think of the longest punt that I can remember is still a state record in the state game. When Randy Dunn got that 67-yard punt or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And
so the Bulldogs now will seek the extra point.
That's a quick way to get the ball back.
As they get a defensive touchdown. Each team now has a fumble recovery for a touchdown.
Extra point up and good. Bulldogs get on the board with the blocked punt. 3:07 left to go in the half. Sunset scoreboard reads Knights 28, Bulldogs 7. You're watching RoyalKnightsFootball.com.
From the most trusted name in the Columbia Basin comes Callahan Gravel. You'll love Callahan's rock-solid product. Multiple applications include driveways, roads, stackyards, and landscaping. A pothole's worst nightmare. Call Callahan Gravel at 346-2208 to get rocked.
At Napa Auto Parts, we know that trucks are as varied as their owners, from small imports and full-size pickups to vans large and small, even bigger rigs. If you own a truck, Napa has more of what you need than anybody. So no matter what truck you drive, we've got the part or accessory for you. Well, almost every truck. At Napa Auto Parts, you'll find the largest selection of different parts and accessories available anywhere, and the most knowledgeable people in the business. Great products, great prices, and great people. That's Napa.
Well, the Okanogan Bulldogs set to kick off now. Michael Perez, you could just see the gears thinking in his head. He picked it up. He knew he was going to try to run with it and was afraid he was going to get tackled in the end zone. Tries to kick it at the last second, but it gets blocked.
Lorenzo's going to take it right at the 1 yard line, sending it up the middle on the return. Anyway, he gets tripped up pretty.
Good open field tackle. Let's give credit
to 23. 23 is Styles, Cameron Styles. He's got a sack and a good open field tackle on that kickoff.
Knights will get it out past the 20, out to about the 22-yard line, close to the 23. They have not scored yet in this quarter, and there's 9 minutes gone by. They did score a lot in the first quarter.
Yeah. Christensen will give to Myrick around the left side.
Nice cut.
And he cuts inside. He's going to get up to about.
Marker.
Must be
penalty
holding.
Marker.
It's going to be my guess. Holding on the Knights.
Yeah. So that'll negate a decent gain, about a 3 or 4 yard gain by Myrick, and move the Knights back. If the marker is where they'll mark it off from, it'll be about a 9-yard penalty, net penalty, because the marker is thrown a yard past the line of scrimmage.
I noticed on the chat board that Carter Allred, former Knight Carter Allred, had some really keen insight on that block punt.
No, that's...
Oof. That was the commentary.
That was... Oh. He's always been eloquent.
Yeah.
Always.
3 receivers to the right. Caleb sprinting out to his right. Lets it go across the middle. Set up right there is Cooper Christensen as he's making a lot of guys miss. He's going to get that ball outside the shadows of the end zone and out across the 20 to about the 22-yard line. Some nifty running after the catch right there.
13-yard gain.
Back near the original line of scrimmage. 2nd down and 10.
5 catches for 73 yards and 2 touchdowns for Cooper. And we're going to have a timeout, I believe, called by the Bulldogs. So as they're going to take a timeout, we'll take a timeout too. You're watching RoyalKnightsFootball.com.
Hard work, determination, team spirit. These are all qualities that put a winning team on the field. And the folks at Saddle Mountain Supply know something about a winning team. For over 30 years, Saddle Mountain Supply has worked hard to provide the highest level of service to the local community. They are determined to offer the best quality products at competitive prices. And they boast one of the top teams in the ag industry, ready to offer a helping hand or timely assistance. From bookwork to fieldwork, from accurate applications to reliable recommendations, Saddle Mountain Supply is committed to using the latest in technology and training to attend all your agronomic needs. Check out our website at www.performanceag.com for the latest in industry trends and market prices. Saddle Mountain Supply at performanceag.com. Quality you can count on, performance you can plan on.
Christensen sprints to his left, lets it go, caught by Tyler Allred, covered well. Some good defense being played by Okanogan here in this second quarter. They're swarming to the ball and making it really tough for the Knights to get big chunks of yard. No gain on that play, 3rd down and 10.
Well, they're flowing hard to the edges. I think it's time for a double move. You've got to give Caleb time, but I think if you give Caleb time and you run a double move, even though it's 3rd and long and they may be expecting that, They want to be really aggressive right now on defense.
In the middle, there it is, caught by Kevin Reyes from
Nice
the tight end
catch.
spot. Out near the 40-yard line.
Should be
Good
right
enough
on
for
the
first
40.
down and about 7 yards.
18-yard gain. And that's Kevin's first catch.
Knights in the hurry up.
Yeah, 1 minute and 27 seconds. Still have timeouts.
The give on the left side, Myrick near the midfield stripe. They'll stop him at the 48-yard line. Knights very quickly back on the line.
Got to give credit J.C. Worsham with an excellent block right at the point of attack to free Myrick
Now
up.
they're going to say false start. Knights didn't have their hands set. Some of the linemen were
still getting
getting set.
J.C. Worsham, a converted tight end. The Knights needing some help on the offensive line, and he being a good lifelong Royal Knight is happy to step into that spot. And that was a great block he had on that last play to free Lorenzo up for an 8-yard gain. After 5 yards back, it's going to be second down and about 7 for the Knights.
Pump
Here's
fake.
the
There's
double
that move, and he got held up.
There's the double move.
And that flag you see
Are they
flying
gonna
in
call
is a big.
offensive?
No, not a chance. Cooper was really held up, and
Yeah, they're
I'm
gonna
real
call-
positive this is going to stay touchdown to Cooper Christensen on the double move. He got
Be a 57-yard touchdown.
I don't know if we had the camera on it when it happened, but he got almost drugged to the ground, and Cooper stayed up, and the defender went down. That's what the call is, defensive pass interference. So that touchdown is going to stay.
Six catches, 130 yards, and 3 touchdowns. And the Knights put up their first touchdown of the second quarter on a 57-yard double move from Caleb Christensen to Cooper Christensen.
Man, I hope you had the camera on the white hat right then. Did you see his hand motions? That was pretty funny.
Very formal.
Good stuff. Guerrero set to kick the extra point. Tyler Allred, the holder.
Bringing pressure, but Guerrero gets the kick off. Well kicked, the extra point's good. And the Knights take a 35-7 lead with 48 seconds left in the first half. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be right back for the kickoff.
I'm here to tell you about the new Texas-style smoked beef brisket sandwich from Subway restaurants. Well, those boys figured if they were going to do brisket, they were going to do brisket right. This sandwich is loaded with tasty, tender barbecue beef brisket. There's only one way to describe it. It's barbecue done blowed up. The new Texas-style smoked beef brisket sandwich. If you don't get yourself some of it, well, you're just not living right. Subway. Beef.
So they're going to assess the defensive holding on the touchdown on the kickoff. And so Guerrero will be kicking off from the 50-yard line.
Was that the inaugural PI?
So listen, here's the deal.
Sure.
I set this new laptop up. You have no idea how many bumpers I got rid of, but I just couldn't get rid of Magnum PI. I think I still have I'm Too Sexy on here somewhere, too.
Well,
so.
that's the defensive coordinator theme song. We have to keep that one. So. Knights will kick off from midfield into still a slight breeze. Nothing like we started at the beginning of the game.
He should be able to get it into the end zone, and he does, about 3 yards deep into the end zone. So the Bulldogs again more often than not, about 75% of their drives have started on their own 20-yard line due to great kicking by Oswaldo Guerrero. Last touchdown for the Knights makes me feel a little prophetic. We talked about the double move just a couple plays before that. Caleb was able to roll out to his left and had time to set his feet and find Cooper as Cooper did the out and up. And 57 yards later, he's in the end zone. 35-7 Knights.
Silverthorne looks to throw on this right side.
There's double coverage.
Ball's up, and I think Tyler and Cooper kind of knocked it out of each other's hands.
I actually think Tyler would have intercepted it if Cooper wouldn't have
got their feet
tangled in
up.
the way. They got tangled up a little bit. Tyler, the leading interception guy for the Knights. I think he's got 3 on the season already from that safety position. Cooper Christensen maybe twisted his ankle a little bit in the process too. He's going to step off the field for a play or two here, and number 84, Diego Castellan, will come in and replace him at the left cornerback position.
Still has the ball, and he's going to get brought down by Kevin Reyes.
Kevin Reyes, number 32, with the sack.
Kevin Reyes with the
54, Justin.
No, that's his dad.
This is dad. Clayton Conrad.
Clayton Conrad.
We got a timeout.
We do.
Let's talk about some of the people on this list.
Yeah, go through some of those.
Some of the sponsors we have this year always have a performance tire, and they'll sponsor the performer of the game with Callahan Gravel with the rock solid hit of the game. When we see a good solid hit, we usually remember to call that out. Sunset Spraying always has the scoreboard updates, and the halftime report will be brought to you by Washington Fruit and Produce, Napa Auto Parts longtime sponsor, as well as Subway and Splash and Dash Car Wash. A couple new sponsors we've had that you've heard spots on: the Farmers Business Network, Michael Hebden, your local representative there, and also Simplot Grower Solutions. We already talked about the game being played at Smulligan's. I hope this is working well, and they have it up on the big TV there. Rangeview Ag Labor, as well as Sunray Farms and Blue Sky Management Group, Lawrence Industries, Royal Dairy, Heritage Farms, DAC Consulting, Norwest Ingredients, Potholes General Store, Fielding Law Group, and Valet Transportation, with the turnover sponsor, which we've had several
We've
of them,
had a
so
couple
we need to
turnovers, and
remember
we've forgotten. If we get another one, we have to make sure we call it out as the Valet Transportation turnover of the game.
Silverthorne wanting to throw, but Michael Perez pushing his men right back into Silverthorne, and he probably should have let it go. I didn't see what the coverage was like, but he's not going to get that much time.
No, unreasonable to expect that he's going to be able to have that much time. Michael Perez, like you said, took his man right into Silverthorne for another sack, another loss on the play. 4th down and probably about 23, 24 yards.
Knights took a timeout to preserve clock time. We'll take a break, too. Sunset Scoreboard reads Knights 35, Okanogan 7. You're watching RealKnightsFootball.com.
Hey guys, Micah Chen here from Cascadia Preps. Looking for the best coverage of high school football? Cascadia Preps is your #1 stop for all things high school football, team rankings, game analysis, and weekly podcasts from around the state. Visit us today at CascadiaPreps.com.
Mud, no problem. Bugs, no problem. Nasty road salt, no problem. Splash and Dash can handle it all. Our amazing features include undercarriage wash, hot wax, clear coat protectant, and 24/7 service. Our floor heat and automatic doors keep us open even on the coldest and snowiest of days. And to top it all off, unlike the Knights, our vacuums suck. We know the road to the dome is a dirty one. Let Splash and Dash be a part of your game plan. Follow us on Facebook at Splash and Dash Car and Truck Wash for special promotional offers. Locally owned and operated, we truly care about our customers.
They got the Knights to jump, but it's a 4th down and about 25, so they're going to have to do that about 4.5 more times.
Yeah, no clock goes off. So the Knights called the timeout there. The reason they called the timeout is it's 4th down and forever with 20 seconds left. they want a chance to get the ball back. They want to get the ball into Tyler's hands for a return. If he's not able to return it all the way, they should have time for maybe 1 or 2 plays. So they want to get the ball back in their hands. Good kick. It's going to bounce and may bounce out of bounds. Tyler's going to pick it up. He needs to get on a block initially.
Avoids that first man at midfield. Come around that right side. If he can avoid these 2 guys, if he's fast enough, and he is, get that first guy, he's slipping around still on his feet, and he's going to get thrown down right about the 48-yard line with about 1.16 or 1.6
That's 1.6 seconds.
Yeah.
So he would have been better off to just run straight up the field and get tackled after about 4 or 5 seconds. Instead, he uses 18 seconds and is only going to give the Knights 1 more play from the Okanogan 49-yard line. But the Knights will see what they can draw up here with this last play, see if they can put some more points on the board before the halftime break. As it is, they trail 35-7. So worst case scenario, they have a 4 touchdown lead going into the half. Trips formation to the left. Going to run the screen.
Inside screen
this
to
time
Aldo. Follows his man inside, outside, all over the place.
Looking
Boy, if
for
he
a
would have
block.
went inside, watch out. I was going to say, oh, no.
He's got to beat.
He does that. Look at that. Did he get it?
He touches the marker.
They're waiting to see.
And he's got a touchdown, 49 yards. And the halftime clock.
The ref looked back to this side judge to make sure that he didn't step out of bounds. And there was a little bit of a reach and a jersey pull that I saw that didn't get put on the ground. And, boy, not everything ever gets called. And it didn't affect the play. I was just worried that it was going to be called.
Wow, 1.9 seconds left. And that screen pass. Now, you see Aldo's speed. You know, he hasn't been healthy, and so it's been a little bit difficult for him. But, boy, he looked good on that. And he made a cut. The guy had a great angle on him. He made a cut back at about the 10-yard line and able to dive into the end zone, touch the marker in the corner of the end zone, and get the touchdown.
Yeah, they got a hand on that and blocked that extra point.
Yeah.
So the half's going to end with the Knights Sunset scoreboard. The Knights reading 41, the Bulldogs 7. We'll take a break, play a little bit of music, and come back with a halftime report sponsored by Washington Fruit and Produce. We'll be right back. You're watching RoyalKnightsFootball.com.
Your day means getting from point A to point B, as in bank or ballet. G for gym, W for work. When what you drive needs tires or service, get to Point S, Tire and Auto, a trusted neighbor with the right tires for how and where you drive, and certified techs to take care of what you drive. So you get to all the points in your day and home again safely. Get to the point. Point S Tire and Auto Service. Expert service guaranteed.
My name is Chris Culbertson. I own Colby's Greenhouse. We grow 3 to 4 million plants a year. We put 1 million miles a year on our rigs. We service a dozen farm vehicles. I've been a good Napa customer. This is the first business truck that I ever bought, so it's had a lot of Napa parts. One thing I like about my local Napa store, I just call them up and say, hey, they know who I am. I would recommend that anyone shop at Napa. Great prices, great availability, excellent warranty. Napa's the one for us.
Napa, get the good stuff.
Simplot Grower Solutions, we believe our responsibility to the planet begins right here in our community, where we live, work, and play. Unity and pride drive a winning team of farmers, partners, and Simplot employees who work hard to feed our local communities and the world beyond. It's an honor to support the community that has supported our business year after year and generation to generation. Thanks for your partnership. Check out our website at simplot.com.
Try a new Spice-Delicious low-fat buffalo chicken sandwich at Subway. Now part of a Subway Fresh Fit meal. A simple way to enjoy eating better. Subway, eat fresh.
Subway Fresh Fit is not a diet program. Participation may vary. Limited time only. Fat content refers to regular 6-inch subs on white or 9-grain wheat bread prepared standard formula.
From the most trusted name in the Columbia Basin comes Callahan Gravel. You'll love Callahan's rock-solid product. Multiple applications include driveways, roads, stackyards, and landscaping. A pothole's worst nightmare. Call Callahan Gravel at 346-2208 to get rocked.
The Farmers Business Network helps you, the producer, level the playing field by creating unprecedented transparency and competition for your business. We offer direct from the manufacturer convenience and pricing, as well as 0% financing until January 2021 on all chemical, seed, equipment, and operating loans. Be sure to check out our website at fbn.com, or better yet, contact your local Washington representative, Michael Hebden, at 509-989-9756. That's Michael Hebden at 989-9756. Proudly serving farmers first.
Mud, no problem. Bugs, no problem. Nasty road salt, no problem. Splash and Dash can handle it all. Our amazing features include undercarriage wash, hot wax, clear coat protectant, and 24/7 service. Our floor heat and automatic doors keep us open even on the coldest and snowiest of days. And to top it all off, unlike the nights, our vacuums suck. We know the road to the dome is a dirty one. Let Splash and Dash be a part of your game plan. Follow us on Facebook at Splash and Dash Car and Trunk Wash for special promotional offers. Locally owned and operated, we truly care about our customers.
Hey, I put that one. That's actually we have labeled as number 1, but I put it as the second one because it really rocks to close out the the half there. So here we are at our Washington Fruit and Produce halftime report. And then we're going to do this as a bit of a game show quiz format for you, Ryan.
Okay.
How many rushing yards do you think the Knights have?
I'm going to say 42.
Okay. You would be about a few yards too heavy on that.
Yeah.
11 carries for 26 yards. Now, you got to count 2 sacks in a row against Caleb. So you probably, if you take those sack yards away, you're probably pretty close to right. The leading rusher is not Alex Myrick. That's the older brother, Lorenzo Myrick. 6 carries for 30 yards. The only other carry was by Derek Bergeson for no yards, and he actually went out injured on that play. Now, how about through the air? What do you think? How many passing yards?
230.
Did you look?
No. Am I close?
Caleb Christensen has completed 11 out of 15 for 231 yards. You're off.
Well, I'm paying attention.
Yeah.
I am watching the game.
You're like Price is Right. You were close without going over. That was very well done. 4 touchdowns for Caleb. And that stretch of, you only had 4 incompletions, and that stretch of incompletions kind of all happened right together. At least 2 or 3 of them happened right together. And then he got back on track again late in the second quarter.
Well, it's where the Knights are successful, and they've kind of been successful here for a long, long time.
Yeah.
Because if you're going to wholesale send the farm at the run game, then you're going to go over the top.
Right, exactly. So we'll see if the Bulldogs are happy to continue to do that or if they try to make any adjustments, play any more balanced. But, we've said this year after year after year after year. You've got to pick your poison with the Knights. You've either got to bring pressure or you've got to drop everybody back.
Yeah.
You can't, it's really hard to try to do both against the Knights. And the coaching staff is usually good enough that whichever one you choose, they do a pretty good job countering it. As far as receiving, Derek Bergeson has 1 catch for 22 yards. Tyler Allred has 3 catches for 12 yards. Kevin Reyes has a catch for 18 yards. Cooper Christensen leads the Knights. 6 catches for 130 yards and 3 touchdowns. Very reminiscent to his performance in Week 1 against Ellensburg. And then the Knights close out the half with Aldo Farias on a 49-yard screenplay touchdown up the Knights sideline here, making a man miss at about the 10-yard line and diving to the pylon for the touchdown. So 11 for 15, 231 yards, and 4 touchdowns through the air. And then there was also a score on a fumble return. That was Tyler Allred. After Michael Perez got the big sack, Tyler Allred picks it up from about 7 yards out and runs it into the end zone. So 28 points scored in the first quarter by the Knights. And then almost no scoring at all throughout the whole second quarter for the Knights until they score to Cooper Christensen with 48 seconds left in the half. And then the Knights hold the Bulldogs down deep in their own territory, make them punt. And with 1.7 seconds left in the half, that touchdown to Aldo Farias. So the Knights scored 2 touchdowns in 48 seconds of game clock to close out the half and jump out to a 41-7 lead. The Bulldogs got their points defensively as the Knights were pinned deep and punting out of their own end zone, and a hard-to-handle snap to Michael Perez. He wasn't quite sure what to do with it. Ends up trying to kick it out of the end zone, and the Bulldogs block it and fall on it for their only points. They've only had the ball inside Knight territory on 1 possession, and weren't able to come up with points offensively. So we'll see what the second half looks like. We're not in a running clock situation yet. But so let's see. Are the Knights going to receive?
They deferred.
So the Knights are going to receive. So you got to figure we'll see the starting offense at least on this initial drive to open up the third quarter. Depending on how that goes, we'll see if the coaching staff starts to sub some players in or not. And honestly, I think that should have a little bit to do with what Okanogan decides to do as far as substitutions and such. So A minute and 38 seconds left until we get to the halftime break. Any other comments you have over the first half before we get the second half underway?
No, just I was just gonna review a few of our sponsors that we talk about.
Let's talk about it for sure.
We kind of quickly ran through some of these. Rangeview Ag Labor, that's Tony Jenks and his brother, I think, is involved in that as well. Jenks family getting highly represented here in Royal City.
Right. So Tony, let's talk about Tony a little bit. Rangeview Ag Labor, look him up if you need some help with especially orchard labor, farm labor. But Tony also the league president for Royal for the Grid Kid program.
Yeah.
Really working hard and giving back to the community. So we definitely want to recognize him for that as well.
Sunray Farms, Blue Sky Management, that's Wardenaire family. Lots of past nights they're involved in that with
and some future nights coming up.
With some future nights coming up with Joel and Jake and Jed, the older brothers, and Joel and Jake got some kids making their way through the ranks.
Yeah, Jake's boy, what's his name? Why am I drawing a blank? Grant had a touchdown in the Grid Kid game on Wednesday night to seal the victory for the 5th and 6th grade black team. So just a nice catch over the middle and then just outran the defense for a touchdown. So Wardenaire family, second generation, starting to come around.
Lawrence Industries also a sponsor. Josh and Lisa and all the gang of the, I don't see the dad and the uncle. I guess I haven't seen Sandy and John around. I don't know.
I'm not sure either
where they're at. Probably in retirement, letting the boys run it. But
hey, Josh's daughter Addie is a freshman and a starter on the volleyball team.
Doing great.
Yeah.
Touchback on the kickoff. Knights will have the ball on their own 20-yard line to start this second half.
Until we get a play going, let's keep going down the line here. Royal Dairy, what do you want to say about Austin Allred?
What do I want to say?
Yes, say it, whatever it is.
The finest quarterback we had in 2007.
Yeah, he was our best quarterback that entire year.
That's what I'm going to say. Under center, Caleb Christensen is going to hand off. Quick burst out the left side. Good blocking. Puts a great stiff arm. Gets across the 45 out to the 46-yard line for about that'd be a 26
so
yard
where are they going to put it? Yeah, 26-yard gain. So nearly matches his production in the first half with his first carry of the second half. 26-yard gain gives him 56 yards on 7 carries. Moves the ball all the way out to the 46-yard line, left hash.
Quick pitch out to Lorenzo, now the right side, cutting in and out.
Going to get a penalty marker.
Flies.
I imagine that's going to be a holding penalty. Both the side judge on the far side and the white hat in the backfield both threw the flag. So it's going to negate what would have probably been about a 3-yard gain with a holding against the Knights on that outside right edge. That foul was the flag is dropped 3 yards deep behind the line of scrimmage. So they'll mark it off from there. It'll end up being a net 13-yard penalty. Bring up first down and 23 for the Knights as they're pushed back deep into their own territory. They break the huddle, want to come up to the line of scrimmage where they wanted it to be. And the officials backing them up to spot the ball. First drive of the second half for the Knights.
First down at about 23.
From the 33-yard line.
Offset eye in the backfield. I think that's Tyler Allred. Play action, then dump it off to Tyler. Catches that over the top.
Nice job picking up an extra 3 or 4 yards. Gets back near the original line of scrimmage. It's going to be about a 12-yard gain. Let's see where they spot it. No, he'll get all the way back
46.
It'll be a 13-yard gain.
Yeah.
Is there a penalty marker?
Uh-oh. I didn't see that.
Oh. Holding against the Knights again. So that's 2 good plays negated by holding penalties, and the Knights, with an opportunity to get this to a 40-point spread and a running clock, are beginning to shoot themselves in the foot. Special shout out to our camera lady, Becky, who is pretty sure she's going to be frozen solid before the game ends. The window is cracked open. Slightly cracked open, but
West side of the field, down behind the scoreboard. Your lights are on.
They bring the pressure. They run that up the middle, and they don't quite get to the linebacker core. If he could have just got 2 more steps, he would have broke free and might have had quite a run. They brought a lot of pressure up.
Yeah, those are the types of plays that once you get to that linebacker level, you make one move and there's nobody else back there. He's going to pick up 5 yards, but it's still going to be 3rd down and 32. It'll be an accomplishment just to get the first down here for the Knights.
They give to Tyler Allred, who spins out of that first tackle, gets up to the 30-yard line. He is just shifty, that kid.
He's going to pick up 6
to the
yards.
31. Yep. 3rd down and still forever. They've got, what's that, about 25 yards.
That's his first running play of the game. He does have a couple catches, 3 catches for 12 yards in the first half. 3rd and 25 for the Knights. See what the coaching staff has in the playbook for this scenario.
They show pressure. Knights pick it up well. Down the middle to Cooper.
Deep ball. Cooper
Goodbye.
Christensen.
Zoom, zoom, zoom. Look at that kid's speed.
And he's going to get a 69-yard touchdown for his 4th touchdown catch of the game.
Making his plea for performer of the game. Those are always tough ones to get.
He made that look easy. And he's got 7 catches for 199 yards. Yeah. That is exceptional performance.
Had 130 in the first half.
He had 130 in the first half and then 69 yards to it on that one. So I said getting the first down would be a great feat, and they ended up scoring on it.
I'm thinking an email ought to get fired off this weekend for WIAA players.
Yeah, well, I tried it already in week 1. Didn't quite get recognition that I thought we should get.
Extra point good. 9:34 left to go in the 3rd quarter. We got a running clock, so stay close because it's going to go fast. Knights 48, Okanogan 7.
It's your family road trip, your limousine, your business. It's what you drive. Take care of it at Point S Tire and Auto Service. For tires and expert service you can trust. Get to the point. Point S, expert service guaranteed.
The Farmers Business Network helps you, the producer, level the playing field by creating unprecedented transparency and competition for your business. We offer direct from the manufacturer convenience and pricing, as well as 0% financing 9756. That's Michael Hebden at 989-9756. Proudly serving farmers first.
High kick's going to get taken. It's going to get bounced.
It might get into. No,
better
he's going to pick it up on the 3-yard line.
Inside the 10, and he's going to get clipped down just across the 10 out to about the 12-yard line.
Well, there gives you a good idea of what Oswaldo can really do kicking the ball into this stiff breeze. Kicks it. It bounces on the 11-yard line and takes a nice hop all the way back to the 3 before it's picked up. And this is going to actually result in the Bulldogs' worst field position after a kickoff so far tonight. So kicking into the wind, excellent job by Ozzie Guerrero, pinning the Bulldogs back deep. They trail the Knights 48-7. So we are now in a running clock situation. The Bulldogs got to work hard here to try to get something going offensively.
He's going to keep it, pitch it out, boy, just behind him, but he caught it.
Yeah.
And Tyler Allred's going to bring him down. That is Probably Ramos. Was it Ramos? It is. But boy, they just barely got that flicked out.
Yeah. Tyler had a great game on both sides of the ball. Again.
4-yard gain, 2nd down and 6.
Does a great job reading and reacting quickly from that safety position. Straight give this time over left tackle. Is that Ramos again?
He's going to come up just a little bit short on the 1st down. 3rd down and very short.
Martel Flores, middle linebacker, one of the Knights getting up off the bottom of that pile. So what have we decided as far as Derek Bergeson's spot? Or we're going to a 4-man down lineman, so I think that
they
we're
switched it up.
I think we're just with that situation, the Knights decide that they're just as well off with this running attack of the Bulldogs to go to 4-down linemen.
Side judge gives them enough for a 1st down out to the 35. Or sorry, the 25.
On the left hash, so short side of the field to their own side, wide side coming towards the Knights sideline.
Silverthorne throws out this right side, and boy, he went for the it's caught by I wanted to say Dowling, but I know it's not Dowling.
No, it's not
Logan
Dowling.
Bird.
Yeah.
And I didn't who Diego went for the slap down and just missed it.
Yeah, even though he's got a long reach, wasn't quite able to get to it, and in the process wasn't able to make the tackle either. Gives Bird the chance to pick up the 1st down. So a little bit of offensive momentum here for the Bulldogs as they move the ball out to their own 41-yard line.
That's what you said.
There's an echo in here.
Yeah. Looks to throw, and he tries to flip it up forward, and he
is that Clayton Conrad with the pressure?
Yeah, Clayton.
Silverthorne pressured as he tries to throw the screen pass. There was a guy that was even with him at about 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage, and then there was another receiver that was kind of in the same area but a little bit closer to the line of scrimmage. Seemed like he faked to the deeper guy and then tried to throw it to the guy at the line of scrimmage, but Clayton got right in his face and didn't give him time to make a clean throw. 2nd down and 10. Another pass.
On that left side, tries to catch it, leans down. I don't know why he didn't move his feet. He almost acted like he was on the sideline, but...
right, like he was trying to tap the sideline.
Yeah.
That was
16.
What did we decide his name was?
16 was Dowling.
Yeah.
Or Daling.
We're going to go with Dowling. We're going to stick with Dowling. It might be wrong, but we're going to stick with it. 3rd down and 10, and it's been almost all passing here in the second half for the Bulldogs, so I expect more of the same as they know they've got a lot of ground to make up, trailing the Knights by 6 touchdowns.
They'll give it to Dowling, who gets popped. That's going to be the Callahan Gravel rock solid hit of the game by Avery Ellis.
Yeah, absolutely. That was rock solid.
Someone had, I think Kevin Ray, I can't see who had their hand. Someone was down low, but Avery came up and put the smack on.
Yeah, and that's another, is that a tackle for a loss?
Yeah.
If so, that's the 3rd tackle for a loss that Avery Ellis has recorded unofficially in the game so far. So, yeah,
we could
absolutely
even have
rock
a sponsor
solid hit
for
of the
like
game.
a defensive player of the game as well.
Yeah.
As we keep those deals. So we'll have to talk to a few people. Put your bid in for that.
Punt situation. Michael Perez puts good pressure on, but the kick is off. Tyler Allred up the left sideline, weaving in and out, trying to get a block. He's kind of a lone man out there at this point.
There's just a lot of white shirts with the wall set up, but they snuck through the.
Ultimately, looks like number 5, Bird, is the one that brings him down, but not before he gets out past the 40-yard line, out to about the 41. 4.5 minutes left in the 3rd quarter with the running clock situation, and the Knights lead 48-7.
They're going to get one more go.
Yeah, on the last one, it looked like they weren't going to get anything going as they were they had, what was it, at one point 1st down and 35 or something like that?
At least. Give to Lorenzo on the right side. Weaves in and out. Gets to that linebacker core. Gives
Nice
a good
stiff arm.
Good run.
See where he gets drug out of bounds.
They'll mark it inside the 40.
Hard for the first down. Well, the Bulldogs
He's going to stand there about the 38-yard line. First and 10 for the
22-yard
Knights.
gain.
First and 10 from the Bulldogs, 38.
So after a couple good carries in the second half, Lorenzo Myrick's 9 carries for 83 yards, back out around his 9 to 10-yard average per carry. This drive may stand the grounds. Elliott
There he
delay.
goes. Wow.
He breaks loose, and the defensive back just gives up and lets him go.
I've never seen someone stop so quick in my life.
He stopped with probably 20 yards to go. 38-yard touchdown run by Elliott Delay. That's his first touch of the game. He scored one last week on a 12-yard run on his only carry last week against the Walluk Warriors. This time the Red Sea parts over the left side, and defensive back number 23 just gives up and watches him sail into the end zone.
Good speed by Elliott on
Elliott's
that, too.
Very deceptive speed.
I asked him this morning, you ready? His answer, I'm always ready.
I'm always ready. That's what he told you? Good man. Good man. Offsides on the Bulldogs. So the Knights will have the choice whether they want to move the ball closer or decline the penalty and kick it from the same location. You would think moving forward makes sense, but a lot of times you want that extra space to make sure you'll be able to get enough lift on the ball. There's quite a conference going on here between the officials about this. So I'm not quite sure exactly what there would be so much deliberation about. Makes me want to do this.
Can you take the penalty on the
No,
kickoff?
I don't think you can take it on the kickoff, you mean?
Yeah.
I don't think you can. Not in that situation. I think it has to be a...
You know what I mean? Because it
don't know.
really doesn't matter if you go forward a yard and a half. So
yeah, you're not getting much out of it. I don't think so. Well, let's see. I could be wrong. And rules change all the time.
Encroachment, defense.
They're going to... Oh, there's also an unsportsmanlike, right?
So,
Is that what that is?
will be assessed on the kickoff.
So they're going to decline the offsides.
Decline the penalties. We'll try the extra point.
And we'll try this again. Well blocked that time. And Oswaldo Guerrero's kick is up and good.
Sunset scoreboard reads Knights 55, Okanogan 7. You're watching RoyalKnightsFootball.com.
Mud, no problem. Bugs, no problem. Nasty road salt, no problem. Splash and Dash can handle it all. Our amazing features include undercarriage wash, hot wax, clear coat protectant, and 24/7 service. Our floor heat and automatic doors keep us open even on the coldest and snowiest of days. And to top it all off, unlike the Knights, our vacuums suck. We know the road to the Dome is a dirty one. Let Splash and Dash be a part of your game plan. Follow us on Facebook at Splash and Dash Car and Trunk Wash for special promotional offers. Locally owned and operated, we truly care about our customers.
So maybe the most tired guy at the end of the night is going to be Ozzy Guerrero.
Maybe.
Lots of kickoffs, lots of extra points. The Knights with a 55-7 lead and a running clock scenario. I say that. If you look at the inset, the clock is not running. So between the extra point and the kickoff, that's one of the few times that the clock does actually stop. And then otherwise, besides timeouts and injuries, those types of things.
I wonder if he'll pursue any opportunities to kick at the next level.
I said early in the season, if you look at like right now, he might be the most college-ready guy on the team for his specific skill set.
He just, well, the thing is can he go to camps and show that he's accurate? You know, that's one thing a team like this, you don't get the chance to show that you can be a field goal kicker.
We don't kick a lot of field goals. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
No. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
kicking into the wind again here. This is going to be a low driving kick. Good bounce. Picked up on about the 18-yard line, right up the middle of the field.
That's Dowling.
Dowling, and he is going to go down outside the 25 at about the 28-yard line. Looks to me like number 81, Gunnar Anderson, may have been the one on the stop there, and he's going to be rewarded by staying in the game, replacing Tyler Allred at safety. A couple other Knights coming in the game, Tyler Piercy, as well as number 63, Hunter Booth.
Gunnar Livingston replacing Elliot DeLay, or maybe just slapping hands as they go out there. I don't think he's replacing Elliot.
No, he's going to go with that outside linebacker spot.
The quick pitch to the outside, and
they're not going to call that.
Not going to call that, I don't think. Gunnar sat there and tried to pull back on that, and I like another look at that because it sure looked like a driving.
Like he was riding his back shoulder.
Yep.
In the process, Lorenzo Myrick makes the right read from his safety spot and comes up for the tackle.
5-yard gain, second down, and 5.
Drop back to pass, looking left, looking deep, double coverage. And this is another time where the safety would have had an interception if the cornerback didn't get in his way. Last time it was Tyler Allred that should have had the pick, and Cooper knocked him down. This time Lorenzo should have the pick, and Diego knocked him down.
Lorenzo played that like he was a center fielder, and Diego ended up being like the wall.
Yeah.
Because he literally was looking back and forth going, am I going to hit the wall or not? He hit the wall.
Sure, he hit the wall.
Did you see Felix pitch last night?
I watched on SportsCenter. I saw some clips.
Great.
Yeah. Silverthorne drops back, rolls to his left, looks deep again.
Oh!
The pass is short. The receiver tries to come back to it. Is only able to get a hand on it.
I thought Gunnar might get his hands on it too, but falls incomplete.
So it's going to ring up 4th down and 5. Bulldogs in their own territory, back at their own 34-yard line. You would think that they would not want to give the Knights the short field, and they would want to punt. I think a few of the guys in the huddle there wanting to go for it, and not happy with the coach's decisions to punt. But at this point, you want to limit the damage as much as possible. You don't want to give the team a short field. Am I wrong?
You're not wrong.
Okay, Ramos is he's the one that's reluctant to punt. He's the punter, but he doesn't want to punt. We're going to have the end of the third quarter here. Officially, at the end of the third quarter.
Do we want to take a break as well?
Yeah, let's take a break.
You're watching RoyalKnightsFootball.com.
At Simplot Grower Solutions, we believe our responsibility to the planet begins right here in our community, where we live, work, and play. Unity and pride drive a winning team of farmers, partners, and Simplot employees who work hard to feed our local communities and the world beyond. It's an honor to support the community that has supported our business year after year and generation to generation. Thanks for your partnership. Check out our website at simplot.com.
Ode to the new Subway flatbread sandwiches. Took Subway to make a flatbread sandwich great, light, airy, and fresh toasted till its flavor reaches the towering peaks of Mount Delicious. This flatbread sandwich has the mammoth-sized taste to plug whatever hole your appetite's got. Try a big, bold new steak and bacon melt, or put on your fancy pants and try the new chicken Florentine with spinach artichoke spread. Only at Subway. Subway. Eat fresh. For a limited time at participating restaurants.
Gunnar
It's
Anderson.
your family road trip, your limousine, your business.
Sorry.
No.
Who's back? Gunnar?
Gunnar, deep.
Gunnar Anderson?
Gunnar
or Gunnar
Anderson.
Livingston?
Anderson.
Both of them have speed. 4th down and 10 for the Bulldogs. Start of the fourth quarter.
High kick.
Short to the left.
Get out of the way.
Make sure everybody stays out of the way. And they do, although it's like a magnet. They're strangely attracted to it once it hits the ground. They just can't help but follow it.
42-yard line, first down.
And we're going to see a fair amount of the second team offense.
Give it to Elliott.
Come onto the field for the Knights. I think that's going to mean Elliott DeLay in the backfield. And it's also going to mean Gage Jinks, the sophomore, coming in at quarterback. His receiving core will be Gunnar Anderson and Jace Allred and Luke Bergeson.
Eddie Jimenez, the game.
Oh, we're also going to see number 70, the freshman, Denton Jinks, in the game. At center?
Well, that's what he usually plays.
No, he's going to be a guard.
He's going to be a guard.
Yeah.
Benji
Guadarrama, big boy in there at center. Knights running on one of the Smith twins at the tight end on the far side. 3 receivers out wide right. Pressure coming.
Elliott's going to turn up field and get forward for just about a yard.
A little bit. Good tackle by Ramos.
Ramos is a good player. I like watching him play. He plays. He's played hard the entire game, and the game's been out of hand from the very beginning.
Very early on. Yeah, you're right. This is the point. Honestly, it's their decision to make, but I would think that they would start substituting some on defense. They don't seem to have yet. That's Dylan Allred in at quarterback. Gives to
Gunnar Anderson.
Gunnar Livingston. 2 Gunners on the team. One's a sophomore, the other a junior. Livingston's the one that's going to pick up 2 yards here.
3rd down and 7. Now, do we have...
we're alternating quarterbacks
do we have a
right
JV
now.
game swap set for Monday with these guys
JV
or
and
not?
C-Squad both, and neither one of them are against Okanogan. One of them, I think C-Squad goes to Zilla, and JV goes to Ephrata. They're both away on Monday. Gage Jinks in at quarterback.
Here comes the pressure, and he avoids it. Good job. Look at him go.
He's going to pick up 3 or 4 yards before he's brought down. In fact, they're going to give him 5 yards. So good job by Gage getting to the outside edge, avoiding what would have been a tackle for a loss. Caleb Hernandez, number 34, into the game for the Knights, and Dylan Allred shuffles in at quarterback. He gets the play call from Coach Wiley Allred. Clock running, 9 minutes left. 4th down and about 3 for the Knights. 3 wide receiver to the right. Good throw.
Oh, no. Luke
would have converted.
Turned just before.
Luke knew that he was faster than any of those guys on defense and didn't secure the ball, so it's going to be an incomplete pass by Dylan Allred.
The pass ball is incomplete.
Good pass on the money. Luke just left before he had it in his hands.
You know, Cooper's got 7 catches for 199 yards, and he left before he had one in his hands earlier in the game too. So happens to everybody, except me. I never did that.
Me neither. I do have one rushing stat.
Inside run, going to be brought down by Hunter Booth after about a 3-yard gain. Now they're going to mark it back to just a 2-yard gain. Hunter Booth from that defensive end position comes across the back, comes across the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
2nd down and 8.
Well, tell me about your rushing stat.
Oh, we had a coach when I was a senior that he just liked all these weird, it was the deal where you could hand it to the guard. And you pulled across.
Okay.
And
it was kind of
it was like a counter tray.
Fumblerooski kind of a flavor.
Yeah, Fumblerooski thing.
Yeah. Penalty marker down. We'll see what that's going to be.
Booth made the tackle. Standing on the carry, it is.
Illegal use of the hands by the Knights, which the Bulldogs will benefit from. They're going to pick up...
is that hands to the face or something?
Yeah, it probably was. It would have to be in this situation. So that's probably a defensive lineman that got his hands up into the face. of the Bulldog lineman.
Isn't that a 5-yard penalty?
Against the Knights.
No, it should be 10 yards.
They're marking it from like the point of the infraction. I can't keep straight what the rules are.
5, 10. So the Bulldogs have yet to score an offensive touchdown, even though they do have 7 points. That was a defensive block punt and recovery in the end zone. Bulldogs would love to put some points up offensively against the second-team defense for the Knights. They're aided by a hands-to-the-face penalty. It gets them down to the Knights' 34-yard line with 6 minutes left in the game, clock running.
Well, he keeps it.
Yeah, that's not his game.
Keeps it. Yeah.
That's not his game.
But he didn't have number 10 out there to flip it to, and I think that made him nervous.
Mm-hmm.
And then is the first night there for the defense.
14, Tucker Pritchard, who was his pitch man.
So last I heard, I didn't talk about this, and I should have, at halftime, Connell was leading Wahluke 22-0. Anybody out there listening can give us a scoring update on that game or any others. That would be helpful. That'd be good. Give us something to talk about. So we're throwing hands off this time.
Give to 22 up the middle.
Nice twisting move over right tackle. Should have been stopped for about a 2-yard gain. Instead, he's going to pick up probably about 6.
That's Calvin Yusey on the run.
Clancy Flynn thinks we're pretty fancy with our picture-in-picture.
Yeah, we are fancy.
Clancy Flynn should be sitting here. Should you be sitting here in the stands? He shouldn't even know about the picture-in-picture.
Exactly. Oh,
Pass
off the hands.
Probably should have been caught. He's not able to reach up and secure it.
Tyler Ramsey, the intended receiver, falls incomplete. Bring up 4th down and about 4.
Coverage by number 82, Jace Allred. And I would imagine with the running clock situation, this may be Okanogan's last great chance to try to put some offensive points on the board. Still have what appears to be the majority of their starters in the game. Silverthorne drops back, rolls to the left. He's got a man deep, but he overthrows him.
Falls incomplete.
And he wants that one back as it was intended for. I can't see. He won't show me his numbers.
Let's talk a little bit about performance tire performer of the game.
Well,
it's pretty.
Any question?
Pretty straightforward. It's always these receivers get a big game to get that many touchdowns and that many yards. It does have to come from the hand of a quarterback. Caleb got it last week, or the week before. We didn't broadcast last week.
Caleb has 5. Caleb has 5 touchdown throws. On
with probably 325 yards.
Let me add it up real quick.
Give to, that might be Andon.
If it's 35, it is.
$38. I got to look that one up.
Oh, Mendoza. Emilio Mendoza.
Mm-hmm.
So Caleb only had 1 attempt in the second half, and that was a 69-yard touchdown throw to Cooper. So he is going to finish 12 of 16 for 300 yards and 5 touchdowns.
Ooh. Hey, good setup.
Oh, that's Is he still
Gunnar
in bounds?
Livingston.
Gunnar Livingston running hard. Takes 5 guys to bring him down, and the varsity Knights on the sideline right there, pumped up and cheering for him as he runs over number 5, Bird, stays in bounds and picks up a couple extra yards.
He kind of set him up well and then got to the corner, and then he had to cut back in, and I'd like to see
Gunnar
the
Livingston
aggressiveness.
Has speed. He's fast. Probably one of the top 5 or 6 fastest guys on the team. And also in that case, not afraid to put his shoulder down and pick up those extra yards, trying to prove coaches that maybe he should get some prime time playing time. So what do you think about 12 for 16, 300 yards, and 5 touchdown passes, and we're considering not giving him the performer of the game.
Right. They've each gotten it one time, I think.
I think so. I think so. So the other candidate clearly is Cooper Christensen. Of those 300 yards passing by Caleb, Cooper has 199 yards of them on just 7 catches. Of his 7 catches, 4 of them were for touchdowns. So who are you going to pick? Who are you going to single out?
You know, I'm gonna pick Cooper. So I'm gonna pick.
Okay.
If I had to pick somebody besides those two, I'd probably pick somebody like Avery Ellis.
Avery had some great tackles for loss, played really tough defensive from his linebacker position. And then you've got to talk about Michael Perez, the pressure he put on, causing a sack that resulted in a touchdown.
Give to Andon up the middle. Oh, I hope his ankle's all right. A weird. He's going to jump right up.
Well, we're rolling under a minute here, so we're going to officially name Cooper Christensen our performance tire performer of the game. And as we look forward to next week and the week after, the Knights will be on the road for the next 2 weeks.
Next week in Warden?
League contest, which what should be the 2 toughest league contests of the year for the Knights.
Should be.
They'll go to Warden, play Warden over there. They've got a reconfigured press box and stadium over there. We may even be able to be indoors this time. How about that?
Little cut play up the middle to end the game.
Yeah, that's Jose Alvarez. He's a freshman.
They brought pressure from the outsides, and the Knights just running up the middle and getting it to midfield. This will be the end of the game. So Knights will be victorious by a score of 55-7. Knights travel to Warden next week. Connell the week after. And I am gone at the Connell game. I obviously was not looking at the date when I got called to travel to see my granddaughter.
I will talk bad about you the whole time, I promise.
And I'll be listening and watching.
All right, perfect.
I just hope that I am watching. I hope that it goes well, and we hope that our away games, we hope we've got our problems solved with all the broadcasting. This is a tough deal sometimes to get this going. And
it is, and we appreciate your patience, and we also appreciate our sponsors that help us have this opportunity to try to put this together for you.
Travel to Warden next week if you can. If not, we'll be there, and we'll be striving to broadcast. Final score Knights 55, Okanogan Bulldogs 7. We'll see you next week.